In this video, we will be demonstrating the implementation and design of our matchmaking server.
Kim is over here, and she has entered her level to be 50. And the matchmaker is set up so that only people within 5 levels of each other will be considered a match. So if we have Panji, level 5, go, he will start searching for a match, but he will not find Kim as a match. So you can see she is still searching for a match. But if we have Jillian, level 1, start searching for a match, she will be within 5 levels of Panji, and they will be matched and have a game going. So Panji and Jillian have finished their game, and now we have Kim is still looking for a match at level 50. So if Panji now enters his level as being 49, they are within range of each other, and they will be matched for a game.
Yeah.
So the way our matchmaking server will find a match for 2 clients is the first game client would first put in a request to find somebody to play a game with. So they would do a request call and pass the game-specific parameters needed to find a match. This request, if nobody else meets their match yet, would go into the pool of requests that are waiting for a match. And at that point, the matchmaker returns a request ID to that client saying, okay, this is the ID that you need to ask me about whenever you're asking if I've found you a match yet. The game client then goes into a process where every so many seconds it will send a heartbeat to the matchmaker saying, okay, are you still there? Have you found my match yet? If there's no match, the matchmaker will send back, no match, but I'm still here. Meanwhile, a second client will come and put his request, and he'll also get a request ID back. And when he goes into heartbeat to ask, have I found a match, when the request comes in, it'll have checked to see, does anybody else meet my match? And this first guy, if he meets the required match function as being a match for client 2, the matchmaker will exchange their information and store that with their request IDs. So next time they inquire with the heartbeat to say, okay, do you have a match for me? It will return to both of them saying, yes, I found a match for you. Here's the information that you need to connect to them. Go ahead and set up your game, and you guys can play. So the other important function of the heartbeats is making sure that neither the client nor the server gets left hanging with nobody talking on the other side of the telephone. The way this works is the client sends a heartbeat, say, every 5 seconds. The specifics set up for any individual game can change this timeout to be more applicable to their needs. But let's say 5 seconds for this particular game server. So every 5 seconds, the game client will send a heartbeat, checking to see if a match has been found yet. If it gets a certain reply back, it can know that, sorry, the matchmaker doesn't have a request by that ID, so that's not going to find anything for you. And then the client knows that it needs to send a new request. If it doesn't get any reply back, it can know that something's gone wrong with the matchmaking server. Similarly, the matchmaker knows that these requests should be coming every 5 seconds. So what it can do is it can set its timeout to be 15 seconds. So every 15 seconds it will check, have I heard any heartbeats since the last time I did this check? If it hasn't heard any heartbeats, it then assumes that the client is no longer caring about the request and dumps that request.
One of the major goals for our matchmaking server was to make it as easy for a game developer to extend it for their specific game as possible, which can be done as explained here.
The request is basically represented with this class, and a game developer could have this server running for themselves pretty easily by simply extending this class, such as I've done here for a tic-tac-toe game. It simply needs like whatever variables that the game needs, and for the developer to implement these 3 functions, which is to determine whether a request object is a match for null request object, and then what JSON notes what JSON data needs to be sent whenever a match is found and whenever a match is not found, so they can match up what they will receive in their code and what they need to what they need to send over here.